What's going on, guys? It's your boy Fluffy. Y'all already know. I'm going to be covering how to become a mechanic because I've been getting a lot of questions about it. So let the intro roll. Let it roll, and we will get to it in a minute. So as mechanics, they learn their ways of doing things, whether it's quicker, faster, slower, more careful, whatever the fact of the matter is, right? I'm gonna give y'all my story, okay, on how I became a tech. So it dates back to when I was little, right? I was, as far as I can remember, 4 years old, maybe 5 years old, maybe. My parents had this old Thunderbird that was always in the shop, okay? And then there was this shop called Kim Hansen Chevrolet, where my pickup is from. I grew up in that damn thing too. Another story. So being that I knew my mom's car was always in the shop, at such a young age, I was like, man, I want to be able to fix a car. I want to be able to do this or do that. Well, I like to say people are born with it, okay? Because I've seen a lot of people come and go, and basically, if you grew up wanting to, or always taking stuff apart, putting it back together, you're meant for this career. Now that may not be 100% true, because there might be some people who did a career change early on and became successful at it. It's a lot of information that you gotta swallow and absorb, take in, because there's a lot of information on vehicles. After the Thunderbird story, I wanted to work at Kim Hansen Chevrolet in Burley, Idaho. That's where I'm originally from. If you're from Idaho or near, comment on the video. That was the dealership I wanted to work at. So I thought I wanted to work at it. And I would always watch my dad work on our truck, do whatever he can to the vehicles. And I enjoyed it. I was that type of kid that always asked questions. No matter what, I was always questioning something. But my dad just didn't have the patience for answering, or he didn't know how to explain it. Because he's a welder, right? Not saying welders don't know nothing, but you know, that's what my dad did. The only thing he knew about vehicles was what he did on his own vehicles. So I'm like, I want to take after my dad, which I thought was mechanic. So fast forward a couple years, or maybe around the same time actually. As soon as I learned how to loosen or tighten something, that thing was coming apart. And then I put it back together. Or I would try to fix it. Was I very successful at fixing it? Probably not. But I was able to put it back together. Especially my bikes. Y'all may not believe this, but this big guy, I used to ride BMX. I wasn't very good at it, but I was doing it. So with the basic mechanic skills of me taking stuff apart and putting it back together, I was just always intrigued in how something worked. and I would actually think about how it worked, and I try to explain it to myself the best I could. Of course, this was before internet was real big. Although I did grow up with internet, I'm not that old. But every opportunity I had, I would try to work on a car, work on my bike, work on my parents' cars, whatever it may be. And then the closest thing I could get to in mechanics was wood shop. So I ended up doing wood shop in middle school. Did that for 2 years. Well, it was actually a... Oh my god, this thing's stuck. Oops. It was actually a tech class. So we learned a lot of different things. You know, wood shop, DJing, flight simulators, woodworking, all sorts of different stuff. Okay. But when it came to my tools, I knew exactly what tools I was messing with. I didn't need to learn that. And then 8th grade, we did this thing called a career path exam or test, kind of like an aptitude test or a placement test or whatever you want to call it. All the questions I answered had to do with mechanics. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. It finally gave what I needed to do. This not. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. What? No. He asked if I hurt my finger. There's a... Man, OGs, y'all know. Y'all should know. I had an incident. But... So everything I answered had to do with like construction or mechanics. So guess what? I ended up, the high school I was going to had an auto tech class. That was a fight to get in. Let me tell you, the counselor in 2006 at Woodlake Hills am I not doing what I wanted to do? And you told me that I wasn't going to want to do it. This was 18 years ago. 16 years ago, whatever. She kept telling me, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? Mechanics don't make a lot of money. You're going to change your mind. It's going to be too much. Are you sure? She kept trying to change my mind. Did it happen? No. No. Do what you want to do. So after getting called into the office several times, I got a hole. After getting called into the office, they finally signed me up for auto tech. So, well, it was an intro to small engines, and it was just like a small engines and intro to automotive. So I did that my freshman year. Sophomore year comes around. You make sure everything's A-okay. Yep, and I'll double check in the morning. Let's get the box back to where it goes. I'll catch y'all in a minute. Okay, so sophomore comes around. Now I'm really in auto tech, right? So, first day in auto tech, tools. Again, tools is the basics of it. So we're learning tools, we're learning some stuff about the engine. My eyes and ears are glued. So we end up, I go through the year. Maybe I'll post a couple pictures right here. I won a couple awards. So we went to a state competition for rebuilding an automotive part or product or whatever. So I chose, me and my homeboy Cameron, we chose an engine rebuild, 2.8 liter Beretta 86, I think, right here. So in the city, we got best in show out of all the schools in the district. District meaning it was Skills USA, so it was like, you know, a few cities, surrounding cities. So then we go to state, and we win there too. Maybe not the prettiest, we didn't get best in show there, but we did get first place as far as our portfolio was concerned. And right then and there, we had a drawing. I won a raffle. I won, right? They called me and was like, hey, you won a $100 tool set from Snap-on. I was like, hell yeah, that's going to be a lot of tools. We get to the Salina Convention Center in Corpus. It's a 5-piece Snap-on screwdriver set. I was so fucking disappointed. Oh, man. Dang. I still have them screwdrivers too, though. Somewhere at home. So, I do that same stuff sophomore year, junior year, senior year. And these are, you know, here's some pictures. Here's some pictures. Right before I graduate, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be 18. Let me start applying at places to work. Nowhere would hire me because I wasn't 18. I didn't turn 18 till a month after graduation. So I turned 18. Actually, how did this happen? Maybe they did hire me. Yeah, they did. No, I had to be 18 to work at Discount Tire. So I get hired there. Oh, hold up. Wait, hold up. Backtrack a little bit. I wanted to do football. I'm a big guy, but I'm short. So I ended up hurting my knee doing BMX, and it really took me out. Hurt my knee. That was the second time hurting it. I said, I'm done. Really focus on automotive. That's another thing. Fast forward, Discount Tire. So I get hired there, right? Whoo, man, that's not worth $9 an hour that I was making at the time. This was in 2010. So I'm making $9 an hour, right? Then my injury catches up to me. I couldn't kneel no more. It would hurt standing up. And I wasn't that big. I slimmed down. I had slimmed down. So I was maybe half the size I am now. So I can't do this no more. I gotta put in my 2 weeks. He said, don't worry about it. You know, we had you part-time anyways. You know, just finish off this week. All right, cool. Finish off the week. I was already looking at it for a job. I got hired at Express Me. They said, oh, this is gonna be the hardest job you've ever done. What they meant was hardest job to stay at. Because they had me as a courtesy tech. I was washing windows, filling up air, and mopping the shop. I was there from 9 till 12, and I mopped the shop at least 3 to 4 times. I said, I'm out of here. Lunchtime came around, done. Okay, so I had signed up in September of my senior year for Lincoln Tech Institute. Okay. But I ended up turning it down. Well, my cousin, which I just got hired here again, he's a year behind me. He goes, hey man, this guy's gonna come talk to me from Lincoln Tech. You wanna come talk to him? I said, yep. That was after like 8 months of not being able to find a job. So I go to my cousin's house, and well, the rep walks in, and I walk out of the room. He goes, hey, I won't say my name, but he goes, hey, what are you doing here? Oh, my cousin. Oh, really? I'm like, yep. I'm all. He told me you were coming. I was wondering if I could sign back up. He said, sure thing. I got another packet in the car. Well, he calls and they're like, oh, we still have his packet. So all I had to do was let him know that I was going to be at the orientations or meetings or whatever to do the FMFAM, whatever the fuck. So I end up going to college 2011 in July. I get back August 1st, August 2nd, something like that. Well, again, I was already looking for a job. One of my boys from college was working here as a, what's it called? So, what's it called? He worked, and his job reported his attendance back to the school. Co-op or something like that. So he was about to get moved up to main shop, and he's like, hey, I need somebody to cover me. I was like, all right, cool. We graduate in a couple weeks. I'll go apply. Never really paid attention to this brand either. Crazy, because I wanted to be a Chevy tech. So I go through the hiring process. I get hired on, and that was history. That's it. My story. Okay, so get hired, right? Started in the lube rack, changing oil for 2.5 years because I didn't want to work for this brand. I wanted to work for Chevy. Well, I ended up going and working for Chevy. I had to share my hours with 3 other guys. I wasn't going to do that. So what I do within 4 days, hey, can I come talk to y'all? It's not working out here. Come back on a Saturday. I made more hours that Saturday than I did the whole week over there. I think I made 12 hours over there, and I came back and doubled that in one day. I said, I'll make a deal. You hire me back, I'll go to main shop. Man, I regret not coming earlier. I struggled. I truly struggled. You know, I got the bottom of the barrel stuff. But I did put in my dues. I got sent to the back shop. So I really had nobody to help me out. I had to come up on my own. So, man, and there's a bunch of stuff that I can't get into detail, but I kept getting pulled out of classes and other people would get sent. And that kind of set me back too. Finally, classes start rolling in. I start getting sent. When I would finish a category, let's say engines or transmissions, I would go take my ASCs for that category. Get my ASCs passed, boom, certified in that area. Suspension, boom, certified in that area. Transmission and driveline, boom, certified in that area. AC and electrical, boom, certified in that area. So I want to say it took about 3 years of me going to training and stuff to get Master Tech status. Now, I've been here 10 years, and I want to say it was just over 6 years, 6 total years for me to get Master Tech. So I'm Master Tech through the brand, ASC Master also. Later, bro. Once I became a senior specialist, it took off from there. There was no looking back after that. None. They moved me back to main shop, and boy, I just took off. I was a whole different animal. And then we lost a lot of our good techs to a different store, a higher brand. I had no choice but to step it up right there too. Then, about a year after that, was it a year? Yeah, about a year after that is when I became a master, after they moved me back to main shop. Also, the drive, I was gonna be a dad, so I knew I had to provide and take care of my family. Like I said, I wouldn't regret it. The only regret I would ever have about this industry, going to college and not coming to main shop earlier, not going to Chevy, not being focused on that. The college part, well, I'm still in debt 10 years later because of the college. Little did I know anybody can start at a dealership. They told me, oh, you have to go to college in order to work at a dealer. I should have just tried the dealer myself. They send you, the shop or any dealer sends you to their manufacturer training because they want you to learn their way. Crazy, right? And then had I moved up to main shop earlier, because they tried moving me to main shop like 6 months in, and I tried it out, and then I gladly rolled my box back to Express. But I wish I would have known. Anyways, become a master, have a son who's now about 3.5 years old. And I'm going on my 10th year next week. On Thursday. Yeah. So, how to become a mechanic? Let's get back to that question, or what to do, or what the process is, or what the steps are. Go to a dealer that you want to work at. And apply. Work your way up. Start as a porter. Start as a express tech. Start from the bottom. Pay attention. Listen to the other technicians. If there's nothing to do in the express shop or ordering or whatever, hang out with the tech that you connect with. While they're doing big stuff, while they're doing whatever, pay attention, because it will pay off. Like I said, work your way up. The moment you have an opportunity to become a main shop technician and go through the apprentice program, take it and do your best at it. Don't slack. This is a hustle job. I know I'm big, but I hustle when I have work. Now I do, there's days I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing anything. But then the next day, boom, I can bust out 10, 15, 20 hours. End my week with 50, 60. It's all up to you. You are your outcome of your paycheck, not this hourly stuff. Nah. If you make 80 hours that week, if you bill 80 hours, you make 80 hours, not 40. Go apply at a dealership. Work your way up. Take every opportunity they give you. Alright? That's my story. And this is how to become like a flup. Mechanic. Deuce.